Please welcome to the stage, John Strosahl, Chief Executive Officer.
Good morning, Jamf Nation. Welcome to all of you here in beautiful Austin, Texas, and to the thousands more that are around the globe. Who's ready to kick off JNUC 2023? All right, let's hear it. Well, this is our biggest JNUC yet. We have over 3,000 registered in-person and virtual attendees. And we have 150 sessions throughout the week on a wide variety of topics. So there's really something for everyone. Now, a lot has happened since we last met. I'm humbled and honored to serve as Jamf's next CEO and continue to partner with you, Jamf Nation, to understand your needs and to help you all continue to positively impact the employees and the students and the patients that you all serve. Now, today, the amount of uncertainty in our workforce, in our workplace, is unprecedented. It's greater than it's ever been before. We're challenged to do more with less. We're facing a more dynamic threat landscape than we've ever faced before. And you add on top of that a remote workforce that's growing, and it's fair to say we all have a lot on our plates. But one thing hasn't changed. Our focus on helping organizations succeed with Apple hasn't and won't change because we're needed now more than ever before. Apple adoption is on the rise. Enterprises are turning to Mac. In fact, IDC estimates that next year, 20% more Macs will be sold in the enterprise than this year. iPhones are already a prominent employee device in many geographies around the world, and iPads are used in more industry workflows than any other device. When given a choice, today's workforce chooses Apple. But in reality, delivering a customer-grade or a consumer-grade Apple experience in the workplace is hard. Organizations try to stitch together different management and security solutions to make the processes and things that they need to do. But it leads to a complex integration and a poor user experience. So a platform-agnostic approach means that organizations are unable to support the rich array of experiences possible within the Apple ecosystem. At Jamf, we see a massive opportunity in the way organizations approach their Apple support. And if you don't look at the technology stack holistically, you lose sight of the Apple experience, which is so unique. Now, we live in an environment where people using the technology have a stronger voice than they've ever had before. And that voice will prevail. They choose the technology they love, which wasn't true 20 or even 10 years ago. But the world has changed, and many employees have a choice, and they're choosing Apple. And it's because of that choice, we believe Apple will be the predominant endpoint in the enterprise by the end of the decade. We continue to expand our industry-leading Apple management and security solutions because you've told us you needed more from Jamf to make Apple successful in your organizations. We help our customers deliver the experience that users want and organizations trust, and we relentlessly bridge that gap of what Apple provides and the enterprise needs. And everything we do now and in the future is focused on and. At Jamf, we're not just thinking about the Mac. We're thinking about the entire Apple experience across Mac and mobile, so users can move seamlessly between their Mac and their iPhone and their iPad without interrupting work, all while staying connected and productive the entire time. We're also not just thinking about management. Deployment is no longer the destination, but a step toward achieving a productive and a safe workforce. We've expanded our capabilities to deliver integrated management and security workflows so teams can focus on delivering business outcomes with the confidence that both the IT and the InfoSec team's requirements are met. And we're not just thinking about desk-bound workers either. Apple devices are used in many innovative ways across the industries around the world. And that's why it's so important that we support devices that are deployed to a person and for a purpose to unlock the full potential of Apple. And the reason we're able to do all of these things is because we focus on Apple. We've said many times, when Apple innovates, Jamf celebrates, and we will continue to follow their lead. Now, to hear more about Apple's commitment to the enterprise and the education space, I'd like to welcome Jeremy Butcher to the stage.
Hey,
Good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
of course. Congrats on the new role. Hey, everybody. My name is Jeremy. I am super excited to be here to tell you a little bit about what Apple has been up to for the last year and what's coming soon in some cases, and in other cases just came out yesterday, some of the operating system updates that we have on deck. I work in product marketing, as you can see, and work on enterprise and education software and services, and that means we get to talk to all sorts of folks like yourselves and see the amazing things that you do with our products. It's super exciting for us, and we really work to make new features and capabilities across our platform so that you can deploy, manage, secure our products, get them into the hands of your users easier and easier every year. And we do that every year with a focus on 3 key pillars. Some of you might have heard us talk about these things before, but it's management, it's identity, and it's security. And we use these as a backbone to think about what are the improvements we want to make in each area that you see here. And there was a ton of stuff that we introduced this year at the developer conference. Way too much for me to cover today. So what I want to focus on really is just 5 key things. 5 updates that will be in your hands very soon. First one is all about managed Apple ID. We had a huge year for managed Apple IDs this year, arguably our biggest since we introduced them back in 2016. And it was all about more capability for the managed Apple ID so that you can have access to services in a way that's controlled and managed by your organization. This is things like iCloud Keychain, continuity, passkeys, Apple Wallet support, all coming to managed Apple IDs. In addition to that, we've added a whole set of identity and access management controls so that you can pick and choose which services you want your employees or students to have access to. On a very granular level, you can turn things on and off individually. And then the last thing on managed Apple IDs is all about custom identity provider support. We know that a lot of you really want to federate with Apple Business Manager and Apple School Manager. We want to make that as easy as possible. And so in addition to Microsoft and Google, we now support things like OpenID Connect and SCIM so that you can have any identity provider connect and easily create those IDs. So that's one big, huge step forward for managed Apple IDs. If you haven't checked them out before, I encourage you to do so. One of the things that you'll use that managed Apple ID for is signing in to enroll the device into management. This is something that we introduced a couple of years ago that we've now brought across all of our platforms, as well as across our BYOD, which we call user enrollment, and corporate-owned devices, which we call device enrollment. So you can now sign in to enroll your device into management, which we think is a way easier, much more friendly way for the end user to actually enroll their device into management. Now, we know that a lot of people really like Zero Touch, and we've really continued to invest there. This is all about enrolling the device into management at the time of activation. The theme here is all about compliance. How can we make sure that the device is managed from the moment that it's set up? And we've added to that with a couple of really big improvements, one of which is the minimum OS that the device needs to be running in order to enroll, as well as File Vault being enabled when you're done with that process, and the ability to enforce that enrollment so that if the device, for whatever reason, makes it through the setup assistant and is not enrolled, as soon as it connects to the internet, we take the screen back over and everybody is pushed back through that process. Big step forward there. The fourth one here is all about software update management. We're bringing time and date update enforcement into the MDM protocol. This is another one that we've heard loud and clear from folks that you'd really like. We're super excited to bring this into the protocol to just kind of offload some things from folks like Jamf to make it easier to also tap into the operating system capabilities. So we can do things like local time zone support. So if you say you want it to be done at 5 o'clock, it's going to be done at 5 o'clock wherever the user is, not where you are. We take advantage of the install tonight capabilities, and we've built a really robust notification system that does system-driven UI like you see on the screen that informs the user. We really don't want anybody to be surprised by a software update. The last one here, we're super excited to be bringing Watch OS into the device management family. So management is coming to Watch OS 10. And this is hopefully everything you'd expect it to be. It's installing apps, it's configuring settings, it's restrictions on a managed watch that is paired with a managed phone. So we're super excited about the things that we've seen from folks like yourselves out there with Apple Watch. Some of you have been vanguards and you've gone down this path without management. You've come back and said, hey, we'd really be able to do a lot more if we could manage these. And so we're hopeful that folks will be able to take it even further. Of course, there's way more, like I mentioned. I can't cover it all, so we'll show this quick slide that everybody likes to take a photo of, and I love it. We'll be around all week. If you haven't checked out everything, please do check it out. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Sam.
Thank you, Jeremy. It's so good to have you back on the JNUC stage again. How's it feel to be back?
Love it. Always glad to be here.
Excellent. Well, wow. I mean, you said it right off the beginning, but management, identity, security. Guess what? We couldn't be more aligned. That's what we're here to talk about today, folks. One more round of applause for Jeremy, everyone. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, forgive me, where are my manners? Hello, everyone. My name is Sam. I'll be your MC for the day, which means that it is my responsibility to make sure that we get through all of this great content that we've created. And it's also my duty to make sure that we start this show in a timely fashion exactly at 9 o'clock. So I'm 0 for 1. Let's see how it goes from here. But the reality of the world that we live in today is that these concepts of management, identity, security, they no longer exist in isolation. And the lines of responsibility between management and security, they're becoming more blurred, and we have to find balance. So now it becomes more about the combination of these concepts together that help us get to our ultimate goal of empowering and securing our end users. And for 21 years, we've been helping you do just that. Now, we believe that the best way that we can help you accomplish this is by giving you the most comprehensive tools to find wild success with all of your Apple devices, no matter who owns those devices, no matter where your users are located or what networks they're connecting in. Simply put, Jamf is here to help you simplify work so that you can embrace and extend the Apple platform. But you already knew that. It's the destination that we all want to get to that's a fairly new concept, and it's something that we're calling trusted access. Now, don't worry, trusted access isn't a new product. We know, we've got a few of those. But trusted access is an outcome that happens when you fully manage and secure your Mac and your mobile devices, regardless if they are for a person or a purpose. And what trusted access means is that only authorized users on enrolled devices that are secure and free from threats are able to access your critical apps and data. So let's go on this journey of trusted access together, and let's start with the device itself. Now, everyone knows there's never been a more powerful tool out there to help you set up and manage your devices than Jamf Pro. So to tell you about some exciting enhancements that are happening in the world of device enrollment and management, please give a warm welcome to Veronica Batista.
What's up, Sam? Thank you for getting us started with Trusted Access. Good morning, Jamf Nation. The first step towards achieving trusted access starts with a trusted device. And management is the foundation, because you can't secure what you can't see. Most of you in the room have already begun your journey by using Jamf to enroll and automate the management of your devices. And we're always striving to make this better. We recently released Jamf Pro 10.50, an exciting release that once again provides same-day support and compatibility for Apple operating systems. Same-day has always been in our DNA. We've always wanted to empower you, your users, and your organization to take advantage of the latest operating system new productivity and security features that Apple has to offer. And today, we're taking a big step on that journey to delivering a single Jamf platform experience. And it all starts with Jamf Pro. So let's say goodbye to Jamf Pro 10 and say hello to Jamf Pro 11. We are so excited to deliver this new version of Jamf Pro with an entirely refreshed user interface. This sleek and modern look complements the powerful workflows that only Jamf Pro can deliver, giving you a more versatile and enjoyable experience. The new interface also delivers important enhancements to accessibility compliance, including color changes, tab support for navigation elements, and improved screen reader behavior in some areas. We know modernizing Jamf Pro is something you've been asking for, Jamf Nation, so we're thrilled to deliver this news to you today. And this new look will be extended to our entire product portfolio in the future, providing the consistent experience that y'all expect. But the evolution of Jamf Pro is more than just a pretty face. We know you're busy, you juggle a lot. And we want to make it easier for you to take advantage of everything that Jamf Pro has to offer in the 11.0 release and beyond. So in addition to a more streamlined UI, we're also providing something else Jamf Nation has been asking for: easy shortcuts and automated workflows to many of the most popular Jamf Pro tasks. The idea is to give an admin everything they need for an easy-to-use experience with Jamf Pro, whether it's initial startup or everyday use. For example, if you're new to Jamf Pro and you want to get started with your first smart group, we'll automatically serve up guidance that will step you through the process of creating that smart group. Beyond these curated step-by-step shortcuts, we're also hard at work creating workflow automations, such as integrating with Slack or Microsoft Teams to notify admins of relevant information without having to stay logged into Jamf Pro. Our goal with shortcuts and automated workflows is to easily unlock the power of Jamf Pro, whether it's your first time in the console or you've been using it for years. And keeping with the theme of making things easier for admins, declarative device management has been positioned as the future of device management. It's also a critical enhancement to aid and streamline security workflows. This year at WWDC, Apple showcased how they're broadening device management capabilities. And one of those enhancements is new software update management workflows, which will allow admins in Jamf Cloud to schedule and enforce the latest software updates on managed devices by a specific date and time. Thanks to declarative device management, those updates will automatically be applied to all of the respective Mac and mobile devices. Software update management is a core feature of device management, and we know this is something our community really needs. Not only will support for this workflow improve the software update experience for admins and users, it'll reduce reliance on third-party tools, and it'll also help devices stay compliant with the latest OS updates and security fixes. Apple also announced that they're further enhancing enrollment workflows with account-driven device enrollment for macOS Sonoma and iOS 17, enabling users to easily enroll their institutionally owned devices. And this new enrollment workflow will be supported in Jamf Pro 11. So gone are the days of using an app, profile, or URL to install MDM. With account-driven device enrollment, Apple now provides a consistent enrollment experience with federation for your organization's cloud identity provider, giving users more power and simplicity. It also shuts down a security risk where bad actors could pretend to be a legitimate device enrollment site, gaining control over an end user's device. So regardless of whether someone is unboxing a new company-issued Mac, re-enrolling an existing device, or enrolling a personal iPhone, all Jamf enrollments simply begin with a user entering their work email and password. So let me show you how account-driven device enrollment works with Jamf Pro. Let's say a device was procured by an individual department outside of formal procurement channels. If a user walked into the Apple Store and used their corporate card, that device is probably not going to come through automated enrollment. In fact, IT may not even realize that device exists. It's worth noting that the device probably should not have equal access to sensitive work resources. Regardless of the reason for needing to enroll a device that's already in use, we previously had only 2 options for getting this device under management. We could wipe the device and send the user through automated enrollment, but unfortunately, erasing a user's device is a real hit on productivity. The other option is to direct them to an enrollment URL, but like we mentioned earlier, enrollment URLs open up a major risk vector. So this iPhone is running iOS 17, and the user can simply navigate to Settings, sign in with their work credentials, and they'll be guided through enrollment steps to bring that device under management with Jamf Pro. This workflow is supported today, and the same workflow applies to macOS Sonoma, which will be supported soon. This enrollment didn't require any special app or URL, and the user didn't have any downtime, allowing them to get right to work. And just like account-driven user enrollment, account-driven device enrollment maintains user privacy by separating personal and corporate resources on that device. This is another example of how we're embracing the latest Apple frameworks to manage and secure both Mac and mobile devices. Another welcome addition coming soon in Jamf Pro 11 is a Mac onboarding experience that is simple and transparent for end users. Now, when users unbox and start up their new Mac, they can monitor app installation progress while getting right to work and becoming productive immediately. No more waiting until the device is fully ready to go to begin work. And with this new onboarding experience, we're able to show users information pertaining to Jamf apps, taking a first step in that journey to unify all Jamf experiences together for the user. And as long as we're talking about improvements, I'd be remiss not to mention Jamf Cloud Distribution Service, or JCDS. I know many of you here use JCDS to host different types of packages, in-house apps and books, and to be able to seamlessly deliver that content to your end users. But we recognize that it's not without some friction, since the current version doesn't support programmatic access and uploads of large files. But I'm here to tell you that we're rolling out a new version of JCDS which increases performance, including an easier path to uploading larger file sizes, and will now offer Jamf admins and partners public API endpoints to programmatically upload, download, and delete content. We're so excited to see how y'all use this next evolution of JCDS. And last, but certainly not least, we wanted to provide an update on Jamf Remote Assist. As a reminder, Jamf Remote Assist is a modern and secure approach to an in-product remote screen sharing experience to assist end users on macOS devices with troubleshooting steps. When a user has a support issue, Jamf admins can securely initiate a Jamf Pro Remote Assist session to connect to end user devices, even when that user is not on the internal network, all within the Jamf Pro UI, making it easy and secure to remotely access and manage devices within your fleet. Development of Jamf Remote Assist has been a huge effort, and in order to deliver this feature with the quality that y'all deserve, we wanted to take the extra time and care to ensure that it aligns to Jamf standards of a secure and positive customer experience. We are excited to let you know that Jamf Remote Assist will be available later this year. And in case you want to see what we've got going on and have been working on, we do have a Jamf Remote Assist session on Wednesday at 10 a.m. in Meeting Room 12, so please come check it out. So that's Jamf Pro 11, the foundation for achieving management and security objectives with the Jamf platform. I'm excited to announce that the first beta of Jamf Pro 11 will be available later today, and we expect this release to be generally available in October. The future of work powered by Jamf is here to stay. Incredibly exciting developments for you all, our customers. And while Jamf Pro 10 had a monumental run, .50, we hope you are as excited as we are to enter into the future of management and security with Jamf Pro 11 and the next phase of the Jamf platform. So I'll welcome Sam back to the stage.
Thank you, Veronica. And yes, the new Jamf Pro is here. Veronica, I don't know if you knew this, but you just literally turned it to 11, all right? Thank you so much, Veronica. One more round of applause, please. I mean, 11. Come on. And you know what? Honestly, when you get to 10.50, people are allowed to ask the question if your system even goes to 11. But guess what? It does. And it's louder, and it's better than ever. I mean, look at all the great new features. You've got a brand new user interface with the automated workflows. You've got enhanced software update using declarative device management. That's something that you all have been asking for. You've got account-driven device enrollment now on Mac, completing the picture for all devices. You've got easier onboarding, and folks, new, bigger, better JCDS, and we're landing that plane when it comes to remote assist. What a ton of value happening in 11. Now, the best part is this is just the beginning of the new era of 11. And I'm not saying that we're going to get to 50 of these, but rest assured, your devices are in good hands and the future is bright. All right, so we've talked devices. Now we need to get to the next stop on the trusted access journey. And that sits right with the user. Now, Jamf sits at this critical intersection between all of the wonderful native Apple technologies and the identity providers that we all rely on to verify that the users accessing our devices, our applications, our data, they're authorized to do so. So to tell you more how we're working with our identity providers to bring you to trusted access, please welcome to the stage Jamf CIO Lynn Lamb.
Thank you, Sam. Good morning, Jamf Nation. I am so excited to be back here at JNUC with you all, and the excitement in this room is incredible. And I was backstage, and I said I really wanted to get a selfie of this view here, but they said we're running a little bit behind schedule, and so just move on, Lynn. So that's exactly what I'll do here. All right, so as Veronica said earlier, establishing trust with enrolled managed devices is really just the start. A trusted device should be complemented with user trust. And identifying users across all of the endpoints and having that granular access control around sensitive data is essential to trusted access. Apple has continued to expand identity-based workflows, like enrollment workflows that we just heard about, in addition to simplifying access workflows. And here at Jamf, same-day support is in our DNA. Jamf was early to support platform single sign-on, as well as enrollment single sign-on for BYOD devices. With platform SSO, end users only need to sign on once to access all applications on a device. This reduces login fatigue and makes users that much more productive. And with enrollment single sign-on on BYOD devices, that enables iOS users to enjoy that fast and secure authentication with Face ID or Touch ID through the convenience of their own personal devices. This is truly a major step forward to simplifying account-driven user enrollment onboarding experiences while enhancing login security of BYOD devices that oftentimes have been the weakest link in your security architecture, but not anymore. In 2018, Jamf introduced Jamf Connect to solve a very real and prevalent access problem related to local Mac account management: Active Directory binding. Jamf Connect has helped organizations around the world bring cloud identity onto the Mac. But even with the introduction of platform single sign-on, Jamf Connect continues to solve for so many unique challenges related to cloud identity on the Mac across all identity providers. Now here we are in 2023, facing all these new kinds of access problems as we navigate this work from anywhere era. Resources are scattered across on-premise and cloud locations, and organizations are struggling to deliver that secure, consistent, and delightful remote access to its users. And it's even that much harder on mobile devices. This year, Jamf Connect took its biggest leap in functionality in its 6 years ever. And Jamf Connect now offers zero trust network access. Jamf Connect securely routes all data on a corporate device when it's fully managed and has Jamf Trust installed. Users can easily access resources via browser or native apps, and unlike alternative solutions, the experience on mobile is excellent as users navigate across different networks, and they're frequently reconnecting and connecting to applications and email throughout the day. We also recently enhanced Jamf Connect to automatically activate zero trust network access upon deployment, so users have access upon unboxing their new Macs for the first time. And we take security a step further by ensuring that work traffic is always protected while users are working. This is really important because it's not enough to just check that users have a secure connection upon initiation, but we must ensure that all traffic with work resources is protected. And because we focused on delivering the best user experience with best-in-class security, we added notifications for end users to let them know of the secure connection requirements. The goal here is to empower users to return to secure productivity as quickly as possible. An example of this is when you deploy Jamf Connect to a BYOD device. We use per-app VPN for the work side, the work partition of that device. We securely route and encrypt traffic without any visibility into the personal activity on that device. On the personal device, you'll see a VPN sign flash in the upper right hand when using a corporate application like Slack EMM. But you know, as a user, we're not routing any of that personal traffic through this VPN. But securing the device and the connection isn't enough. We also need to think about physical access. Last year, we announced a partnership with Swift Connect that brings employee badges to the Apple Wallet to enhance that employee experience that each of you work tirelessly to deliver for your organizations. This year, I'm excited to welcome a few individuals to the stage with me to catch you up to speed on what we have been doing in this area, and a beloved JNUC presenter and customer to tell you about the work that they are doing to delight their teams and their organizations with the employee badge in Apple Wallet and Jamf Trust. So I am so pleased to welcome Lisa Brown from SAP, Cam Johnson from Apple, and Brandon Arsamont from Swift Connect to the stage. Welcome, guys. Welcome to JNUC.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Lisa Brown, Senior Director of Strategic Initiatives at SAP IT, and I've been involved from the start for the Employee Badge Project. I sat where you are today, and I watched Lynn show us how employee badges and Jamf Trust works for Jamf. And I was amazed at and excited about the potential that it could be for SAP. And I'm very excited today to say that we've already started to roll out our first Apple Wallet employee badge this month. Much of this project has been based on the original vision of creating a consumer-like experience for our employees in every place where technology intersects their daily lives. One of these intersections is with employee badges. If you flew in for this conference, you probably experienced online check-in and Apple's seamless experience of adding your boarding pass by tapping on Add to Wallet. This is the same experience that employees will have for badges, and one of those scenarios where user experience and security come together for a simple and easy-to-use workflow. The legacy technology of physical access cards is easily lost or stolen. Instead of having employees visit a physical location to receive or replace an employee badge, they can provision it themselves on demand, much like all the other self-service workflows SAP has built around the Apple platform. Employee badge in Apple Wallet are stored on device and takes full advantage of the privacy and security built into iPhone and Apple Watch. It is a great user experience for employees and provides more control over employee badges for security. It really is win-win.
I love that. I love that. So Brandon, right, can you talk about Swift Connect, the role that you play, and how you help SAP and other customers tie it all together?
Absolutely, Cam. I'd love to. As a leader in connected access enablement, Swift Connect provides a SaaS platform designed to connect existing physical access control and facility security infrastructure, helping to bring that install base into the world of modern cloud applications, identity, and mobile technologies. In partnership with SAP and leveraging and using the Jamf Trust app, our platform integrates SAP's access control software and HID reader infrastructure with SAP's business systems, such as user directory and authentication services, to seamlessly deliver a personalized pass in Apple Wallet. So an employee's iPhone or Apple Watch is all they need to get unfettered, secure access at SAP offices. On top of all of that, the Jamf Trust app will enable us to link what is now a dynamic digital credential lifecycle with IT and InfoSec trusted access policies. Now, we can leverage the risk score on a device to determine whether or not it's appropriate to provision an employee badge based on the security state of the endpoint relative to the corporate InfoSec requirements. There's one final thing I should mention. Employee badge in Apple Wallet has become a critical user experience driver in the modern workplace. Our customers are constantly telling us about the positive feedback they receive from their employees with respect to the ease of use, the familiarity, the security, and the overall delightful experience of using an iPhone or Apple Watch to get access to corporate offices, resources, and amenities. But you shouldn't take that just from me. Lynn, Lisa, what do you think?
Yep, absolutely. At Jamf, our Jamf IT teams and our Jamf Workplace Services team put the solution in a little bit over a year ago or so, and it really has been a critical table stake thing for us from an employee experience standpoint. And I cannot tell you how many times we've had employees send us videos of themselves badging into their offices for the first time using either their iPhones or their watch. So it's just been a delightful experience that everyone expects now.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that same experience, and then that's why we're excited to roll out our digital badges. And I'm sure that we'll be back in the future to share more details about how this initiative is further driving our employee experience at SAP. So thank you for having us talk about this exciting project today.
Yes, so thank you so much, Lisa, Brandon, and Cam, for sharing your stories about SAP and about all the innovation on the back end that's making this amazing experience possible for us and as well as for each of our customers out there too. So thank you. And Lisa, it was a year ago exactly. I remember we sat there together talking about how, what we could do for SAP, and to see this come together has been amazing. So all my best wishes to you in SAP. Thank you. And with that, we'll bring Sam back to the stage.
I was one of those employees that took a picture the first time I used the phone. And honestly, I have to admit, I was never good at remembering my plastic key card, and I can't tell you how many times I got locked out of the office and I just sat there like a lost puppy dog waiting for somebody to let me back in the room. And now that I'm admitting that to all of you here, I realize what bad, terrible security that is for any company. But hey, it wasn't a very good experience for me either, being locked out. And I can tell you what I never forget anymore, my phone or my watch, and I haven't had that problem anymore. And even for those of you who are not as forgetful as me, I can tell you one more thing, the experience is just better. And it passes that time-old test of any breakthrough technology, which is you never really knew that you needed it until you used it, and then you could never see ever going back. Kind of like AirPods. No one's going back to wired headphones anymore. So Now, as I reflect on what Lynn shared about the new Jamf Connect, what I just love is how easy it is for any organization of any size to get started. And whether you're replacing a legacy VPN or you're just looking for a very consistent policy across all of your various cloud applications, Jamf Connect now makes it easier than ever for your users to access work. So we've got the devices, check. We've got the users, check. The next step and the final step in our trusted access journey is to bring them together with security. Now, security is a big one because security of our devices informs every step of the user's journey. So there's a lot of different ways, especially in today's world, that we have to look at security. So let's go through this in a few different phases. And to start things off, let's talk to one of our great partners who's making big waves in the world of security. Please welcome to the stage Google's Prashant Jain and Jamf's Sam Weiss.
Hey, Sam. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Weiss. Thank you so much for joining us at the Jamf Nation User Conference. I'm the Alliance Partner Manager for Google at Jamf.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jamf Nation. My name is Prashant Jain. I'm head of BeyondCorp Strategic Partnerships at Google.
Jamf delivers a phenomenal, secure Apple experience for organizations that rely on Google Cloud, Google Workspace, and Google Chrome. Jamf's focus helps integrate and extend these Google products to users of Apple hardware in ways that make the most of both ecosystems. And today, we're excited to tell you about some of the remarkable strides that we've taken together in the last year.
Absolutely. First, we are proud to spotlight the groundbreaking work between Jamf and Google BeyondCorp Enterprise, or BCE, our secure enterprise browsing solution. BCE empowers you to use security posture assessment across your entire security stack for context-aware access, as well as for data loss protection, thereby leveraging the investment that you have already made. With partnership with Jamf Pro, we ensure that only secure devices can access your critical systems or sensitive data. This year, we are proud to partner with Jamf to extend BeyondCorp Enterprise as well as Google Workspace for context-aware access to Jamf-managed iPhone and iPad.
That's right. Now, Jamf can send Google compliance status for all the managed mobile Apple devices in your fleet, in addition to the macOS support that we launched last year at JNUC. So this ensures that all of your Apple devices accessing corporate resources in Google are properly secured, and it helps mitigate unauthorized access to the data and apps in your environment. Jamf is especially excited to be the first BeyondCorp Alliance partner to integrate both Mac and mobile Apple devices into the Google Cloud security ecosystem. So if you want to learn more about this, make sure to check out our session tomorrow at 9 a.m. with our common customer, Akatsuki, to learn more about Jamf and BeyondCorp.
And speaking of security, Jamf Protect and Google Security Operation Platform Chronicle now integrate to provide comprehensive Apple security visibility for Google Chronicle customers. With Jamf Protect, advanced Apple threat detection capabilities combined with Chronicle powerful data correlation, enrichment, and security analysis, businesses can rapidly identify and respond to security potential threats in your Apple environment. You can leverage the rich contextual insights provided by this integration. This enables you with an upper hand in protecting your organizations against cyber attacks.
That's right. Now, if we take a step back, let's just envision the bigger picture. Google and Jamf's work together is all about creating an exceptional Apple experience in the Google-equipped workplace or education environments that you all serve. Together, we help solve for Mac account creation, account-driven user enrollment, and Jamf Connect ZTNA access, all based on your Google identity. So together, we're ensuring that every step of your Apple and Google journey is secure and smooth, including all of that time that we spend in the browser. And Chrome Enterprise truly takes that experience to the next level.
Totally. Chrome Enterprise offers a seamless and secure way for you to browse. It is aligned with the needs of IT and security teams, as well as provides ease of user for the end user. It empowers end users with performance as well as security, at the same time providing the IT teams all the configuration and management capabilities they need within the browser. Jamf has made it simple to enroll the browser in Chrome Browser Cloud Management, and we have made incredible strides in making it even more powerful security ecosystem. We have added features like sending critical security events from Chrome to Chronicle to Splunk and other security solutions for you for further investigation. Last week, we launched our first device trust integration with Okta to provide context-aware access.
You can learn more about leveling up your Chrome expertise at the Chrome booth in the Expo Hall, at the Expo Hall Spotlight at 12:45 today, or at tomorrow's session starting at 1:30.
Thanks, Sam. We are thrilled to be at JNUC because our values about empowering the end user, as well as making internet a safer place, is aligned with Jamf. Our common customers are finding and leveraging these capabilities to simplify and secure your workforce. Later today, I will be joining another Google colleague and Jamf leadership for a roundtable session talking about the future of secure enterprise browsing, as well as the importance of trusted access and security solutions in an unscripted conversation. So join us at 1:30.
Yep, that'll be a great conversation today at 1:30. And if you come to any of our Google sessions this week, we've got a limited edition JNUC Chrome sticker for anywhere you'd like to stick your hexagons. Thank you so much. Enjoy your week here at JNUC. Now, welcoming back to the stage to talk about Jamf's security capabilities, please welcome Michael Covington.
Good luck, Michael.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Prashant. Let's give another round of applause for the collaboration coming out of Google Cloud Security. Some really exciting developments there. Beyond Corp, Chrome Enterprise, Chronicle, all really good examples of other solutions that organizations incorporate into their broader IT stack. And it's really through integrations with these third-party solutions that many experience the power of Jamf, bringing that deep visibility and control over their Apple devices into their overall IT experience. At Jamf, we believe that the Apple platform offers not just the best end-user experience, but the most robust foundation for handling sensitive business data. And yet, several misconceptions remain about how to best protect your Apple deployments. The simple fact is that you have to be very focused and intentional about how your endpoints are secured and about the proactive steps that you take to prevent threats and to improve the overall security posture of your organization. This is now an integral part of what it means to oversee a fleet of Apple devices. You have to prepare them to be ready for work, but you also have to manage risk to help ensure that they stay that way. For Jamf, we believe that security is not a bolt-on. It's not an afterthought, and it should never, ever be a compromise. We believe that security should be purpose-built, which is why we work tirelessly to expose all of the rich security capabilities that Apple frameworks expose and enable. And then we build upon them to ultimately deliver comprehensive and effective endpoint security. For most organizations, aligning with and meeting compliance standards, it's a typical rite of passage that any new platform has to achieve that's going to be able to enter the organization and be prepared for work. We've heard from our customers that understanding, defining, and maintaining the various settings required to actually make your Mac fleet compliant with a variety of standards such as CIS benchmarks, NIST 800, or DISA-STIG, just as examples, it can be really difficult. The challenge is that in order to properly configure the requisite benchmarks, customers often have to implement hundreds of settings, many of which cannot be set via configuration profiles. Thanks to the macOS Security Compliance Project, or MSCP, and Jamf Compliance Editor, this work can now be accomplished easily, in record time, and with a high degree of confidence. In fact, we even provide the receipts. The macOS Security Compliance Project is an open source effort led by NIST that provides programmatic approach to generating security guidance. In short, In short, the project provides updated compliance benchmarks for each upcoming macOS release so that organizations can maintain compliance while also pursuing same-day support for the latest macOS release. Jamf Compliance Editor integrates directly with MSCP, allowing you to pull guidance for all of the supported benchmarks. Jamf Compliance Editor renders a simple UI, which allows you to define and customize your rules. And when you're ready, Compliance Editor will upload all of the required configurations and scripts to Jamf Pro, while also providing full documentation that you can hand to your compliance team. So thanks to macOS Security Compliance Project and Jamf Compliance Editor, it's never been easier to harden your Mac fleet and ensure that your organization is meeting all of your required secure baselines. Of course, compliance isn't just about setting it and forgetting it. Organizations need to continuously monitor and ensure that you're meeting the compliance standards that you set in the first place. You want to make sure that they stay configured properly. This would be a difficult thing to stay on top of, which is why I'm excited to announce a brand new compliance dashboard is coming soon to Jamf Protect. This new dashboard is going to offer a fresh view of your fleet's compliance based on the rules that you've configured. It's going to allow customers to identify and resolve the highest risk areas across your environment. And soon, we're going to be offering new workflows to define pragmatic compliance rules within Jamf Protect that can be converted to actual guidance with Compliance Editor and deployed across your entire fleet with Jamf Pro. This builds upon and extends Jamf Protect's existing vulnerability management dashboards. With vulnerability management, customers can quickly view the overall health of their Apple fleet, and based upon known CVEs or common vulnerability exposures that are associated with the operating systems and the applications that you have deployed. Keeping track of published CVEs across all of the apps and operating systems in your environment, it can be tedious and time-consuming. Many of you are experiencing this on a daily basis. And thanks to Jamf Protect, you get a simple breakdown of your overall vulnerability distribution with access to granular details about specific vulnerabilities and risky devices, all within your existing security console. The goal here is to help your teams make more well-informed decisions about access policies, around patching priorities, all with the goal of helping you to drive down the risks that are associated with vulnerabilities that currently exist within your environment. And beyond the risks associated with CVEs, it's important that we keep in mind the need to prevent the wide array of inbound threats that your users encounter on a daily basis. Unfortunately, as the Apple platform grows in market share and in prominence, so too does the attention garnered from hackers. Just this year, we've seen the first viable instance of ransomware designed specifically to target macOS. We've witnessed the development of sophisticated cryptojacking malware that targets Apple Silicon. And we've seen spyware that continues to evolve and target mobile users around the world. And all of that is before we even talk about the phishing attacks that attempt to exploit our users every minute of every day. I especially want to highlight the risks presented by social engineering attacks. These remain the leading threats to our users. The simple truth is that security awareness training, it is important, but alone it's insufficient to mitigate the risks. Users are busy. Phishing attacks continue to evolve, and these attacks are so much more difficult to identify by mobile workers. The good news is that phishing protection is built into Jamf Protect and Jamf Safe Internet, stopping the threat, but also educating users and helping to give them clear guidance when they encounter risky content. And although there are a lot of bad actors out there, I'm very, very proud of the work that's coming out of our Jamf Threat Labs. Their contributions, let's give a round of applause for Jamf Threat Labs. Their contributions to Apple platform security, including multiple vulnerabilities discoveries over the last few years, have made a significant dent in our understanding of the overall threat landscape and at enhancing the overall security posture of every Apple user. Our team of security researchers is dedicated to identifying all manners of threats that target Apple devices. This includes monitoring the evolution of malware, discovering new ways that attackers exploit vulnerabilities in the system, and exploring clever persistence techniques like the recent research note they published titled Fake Airplane Mode. Their Apple platform expertise and clever ingenuity is key to keeping pace with our adversaries. And when people hear about Jamf Protect and Jamf Threat Labs, it's typically in the context of Jamf's unparalleled visibility and security for Macs. But what about mobile? When it comes to mobile, there aren't a lot of options for that same deep level of insight, largely because of the sandbox design of iOS. Last year, Apple introduced Lockdown Mode. It's an additional layer of protection for users that might be personally targeted because of who they are or the information that they might have access to. And while Lockdown Mode does reduce the attack surface of a device, it's largely meant to be an end-user tool, and it should be used sparingly because it does come at the cost of reduced functionality. Security teams still need supplemental visibility to assess the integrity of a mobile device and to review the events that surround a compromise or a breach. The release of Lockdown Mode, along with the rise of these sophisticated threats, it's putting advanced mobile security on the radar for more security teams. And while MDM inventory is good enough for some, security teams have told us that they require more, and we set out to deliver a solution. Earlier this year, we introduced Jamf Executive Threat Protection. It's an advanced mobile detection and response solution that gives organizations a powerful remote method to know what's actually happened on their mobile devices, and along with the tools to respond to actual attacks when they do occur. And although these sophisticated attacks, when they do happen, are highly targeted and less common for the average user, the risk associated with device compromise, it is significant, especially as more applications are in play on these mobile devices. Jamf Executive Threat Protection offers unmatched mobile endpoint telemetry and a security engine that synthesizes all of that telemetry as it comes in to identify the breadcrumbs of an attack, what a security analyst might call the indicators of compromise. If an incident has occurred, security teams will have all of the tools required to quickly identify and remediate a compromised mobile device. Hopefully, you're able to see how our intense focus on Apple platform security makes Jamf the preferred endpoint security solution for Mac and mobile devices. The broad array of endpoint security data signaled from across the Jamf platform is the reason why our trusted access solution is so responsive and so secure. And thanks to those rich integrations with partner solutions, all of these Apple best insights can be shared within your organization's existing technology stack. Now, one vendor that I know many of you in the room rely upon is Microsoft. And to tell you more about the great work that we've been doing in partnership together, I'm pleased to invite to the stage Nadia Sayed to tell you more. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, Jamf Nation. It's great to be here in Austin at JNUC. Now, some of you might be wondering, what is a Microsoft person doing at a conference for Apple admins? Well, let me tell you. Attackers don't care what device or operating system you're on. At Microsoft, we believe in security for all. That means protecting you on your device in your organization. Our research has shown there are 4,000 password attacks per second. That's the pace our IT admins are up against. It makes security complex. It makes security a team sport. That brings me here to talk about our collaboration with Jamf. Jamf team has developed integrations with Microsoft Entra ID and Microsoft Sentinel to help decrease the complexity for you and improve management of Apple devices for Microsoft 365 customers. First, let's take a look at the integration with Microsoft Entra ID, formerly known as Azure Active Directory. Microsoft Entra is our family of identity and network access products that help address security challenges with increasing attack surfaces. Our customers are asking us for zero trust device compliance. But to address this, you, our IT admins, can now establish compliance criteria to ensure that devices meet security standards before accessing enterprise resources. With Jamf Pro's new integration, we have enhanced the ability to leverage compliance data, enforce conditional access criteria, and offer remediation paths. We worked with Jamf team over the last year, upgrading our integration model to provide an improved end-user and admin experience. This gives you an automated compliance solution for managing Apple devices set up with Microsoft Entra ID. Now, let's take a look at the next integration with Microsoft Sentinel. Microsoft Sentinel is our cloud-native security information and event management solution. Our customers can use this integration to automatically send macOS activity and malware notifications directly into their existing Microsoft Sentinel workflows and dashboard. This gives them a single pane of glass to securely monitor both Apple and Microsoft environments. How cool is that? With this integration, Jamf joined Microsoft Intelligent Security Association, MISA. MISA is our premier association to showcase our security partners like Jamf. Like I said, security is a team sport. With this ecosystem, our customers can now easily find Microsoft integrations that work for their complex security environment. All our integrations are driven by customer feedback, so I urge you to take a look at them when you get back and give us your valued feedback. That was a lot to accomplish in just a few months, so I would like to thank the Alliances team at Jamf and Jamf engineering team for making this possible. Now, let's take a look at what's next. Last year at JNUC, there was a lot of mention about Enterprise SSO for Mac OS. We heard your feedback loud and clear, Jamf Nation. I'm excited to say that Microsoft's Enterprise SSO plugin for Apple devices is now generally available to all our customers. And today, I'm excited to announce that our teams have joined forces to create a powerful enhancement called Platform SSO for Mac OS. Platform SSO for Mac OS will allow you to sign into your Mac using Microsoft Entra ID. We're planning to offer both Entra ID password and a passwordless option backed by the Secure Enclave. Once you sign in, the existing Microsoft Enterprise SSO plugin continues to do its magic by keeping you signed in to the apps you use with safer and more secure credentials. This will be in public preview in the upcoming months. That was a quick glimpse of all the integrations. To learn more, stop by a session right after this, led by Sean Rabbit, Mark Marazinski, and Michael Epping. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you, Nadia. And you said it best. Security is a team sport. I couldn't agree with you more. We are so lucky to have such great partners and for all the collaboration. One more time for Nadia, everyone. As you can see, this is where it all comes together to create trusted access. And it's really a story of how Jamf Pro, Jamf Connect, Jamf Protect, and all of our wonderful partners in the ecosystem work together to create the most delightful and secure workplace experience across all of your devices. Said another way, this is a culmination of management, identity, and security working together at their best. Right back where we started. And you know what? We've got an exciting announcement for you today. We believe in our solutions and the goal of trusted access so much that we want each and every one of you who are in person at JNUC today to have the tools required to implement trusted access. So do me a favor, look under your chair. I'm just kidding, there's nothing under your chair. It's a long show, you gotta move around a little bit. But I got something better for you. Starting today, you will receive a login and the training to try, experiment, test the full Jamf platform regardless of what you own today. That's right, you get trusted access, you get trusted access, you get trusted access. And better yet, so you can start your trusted access journey, go into the JNUC app and register for the Trusted Access for Your Business section. They're happening all week. Here, you'll learn how to set up and deploy endpoint security, integrated identity, zero trust network access, and network threat prevention for your commercial environment. And for those of you in education, we didn't forget about you. You can attain trusted access as well by adding Jamf Safe Internet into the mix. Once again, go into the app, look for the Trusted Access for Your Schools sessions. Sign up for those. You'll not only get management and security of your devices, but also online content filtering through Jamf Safe Internet. Please, don't miss this opportunity to attend one of these sessions and try everything that you've heard here today. Experiment, experience everything that you've heard here today. We want you to leave not only with the tools, but the knowledge to take this home and make it real when it's right for you. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. This is exciting stuff. But one thing that might just help seal the deal is to talk to a real live person who is well on their journey through trusted access. So at this time, I'd like to invite Sander Schramm from Secret to the stage. Welcome, Sander.
Thank you.
And for those that don't know, Secret is a Dutch company. They make a fantastic RFID secured wallet. I'm a satisfied customer for over a decade now. I can vouch for this thing. I've never even thought of having another wallet. I've been a long-time customer of Secret. Sander, you've been a long-time customer of Jamf. Tell us a little bit about your journey through trusted access and your environment today.
Sure. Hi, Jamf Nation. I'm super happy to be here. And Sam, I'm happy to hear that you are a proud owner of one of our great wallets. And thank you for having me over. We at Secret, we use Apple devices in every level of the organization. Macs, iPhones, and iPads. And we embrace hybrid work. So we facilitate working at our office headquarters in the Netherlands, but also working remotely from home or on the go. A long time ago, we started using Jamf Pro for the management of our growing number of Apple devices. And because we're using a cloud IDP, we also started using Jamf Connect. So we could have that secure and modern authentication also on our Apple devices. It kept our passwords in sync, and it also allows us to have a wonderful zero-touch enrollment, so we could have our users enroll their devices at home. Moving forward, we started implementing and using Jamf Protect to increase the security of our Apple devices. First off, with the on-device endpoint protection, and last year we added the filtering of malicious websites and replacing our traditional VPN with Jamf Private Access. All the combined Jamf solutions made it our team possible to facilitate the users to be more productive, to be more creative, while keeping their devices secure and trusted.
So you followed the game plan here. You went management, identity, and then security, just as we laid it out. Now, given the fact that security is the latest one to the bundle, have you seen any wins yet on the security side?
Sure, sure. Our primary reason for implementing Jamf Protect is that we had a phishing attack that could have been prevented with Jamf Protect. Those attacks are getting more sophisticated every day, and not only in the English language, but also in Dutch. So educating and warning our end users wasn't good enough anymore. Those phishing attacks had an enormous impact on the organization. It took a lot of time and amount of hours to communicate with the affected users, but also reporting the GDPR data breach to the authority. The incident, how unfortunately it was, it gave the implementation of Protect the higher priority, and it paid off. Because, for example, this spring, there was a security incident with the software of the VoIP solution we use, and Protect was able to quickly detect, block, and remediate the issue. So we're very happy with Jamf Protect. And what's next for security at Secret? That actually started at the JNUC last year, when we heard about Swift Connect, and we were immediately interested in making our access control system more flexible, more fun, but also more secure. So moving forward, we're now doing the first steps of bringing that digital security and protection to our physical buildings.
So not only are you've got the manage, the identity, and the Jamf Protect, but you're also looking at the Swift Connect physical access as well. That's outstanding. Now, given that that's going into your offices, I got a quick question. Do you use all of this stuff just for your office workers, or does it go beyond that within the business? How integrated to the company is the Jamf management and security?
Yeah, we use the Jamf tooling for our individual owned devices for our users to be more productive and creative. But we'll also use Jamf on our shared devices and our single purpose devices. For example, in our brand store in Rotterdam, we use iPads as our point of sale system. In combination with single app mode, we keep it focused on that single task. And we also use iPads for the automation of the stores, like controlling the lights and the music. And if there are people who are willing to try to steal the iPad, we have, of course, Jamf Pro, so we can lock or even wipe the iPad, so there's no access to any sensitive data.
That's awesome. And thank you so much for telling us this whole story. It
You're
seems
welcome.
like you're using everything right. One last question. I'm sure that the audience is going to have more questions for you throughout the week. Can they hit you up on the JNUC floors to ask more about your trusted access?
I'll be walking around here.
He'll be around. All right, give it up for Sander, everyone. Thanks so much. Now, what I love about that story is not just how they're well on their way to the trusted access experience, not how only are they getting into the physical access side, but also this is ingrained not only with the employees who work behind the desk, but it's right in the business, front of house, back of house, of their retail stores. That's what we want to talk about next. Now, who among us doesn't love the ease of working between Apple devices? You can start on your Mac, in your office, pick things up down the road while you're traveling on your iPhone. Frontline workers are able to engage directly with their customers or clients. Shift workers can share devices that are configured with purpose-built apps that integrate directly with their role or function. You know, helping you achieve these goals that happen right where your business is taking place has been a part of our strategies for years with no signs of slowing down. And that's at the heart of something we call person and the purpose. Now, you've heard a lot of use cases about this in the past. Last year, American Airlines talked about transportation workflows. A few years ago, you heard from UCSD who talked about healthcare workflows. Sander and the team at Secret, as well as others, have talked about the retail workflows at point of sale. Well, today, we're taking it all the way back, and we're going to the initial workflow that we used for a deskless purpose. So at this time, I'd like to invite Matt Pullen to the stage to talk about the initial use case, education.
Thanks, Sam. This may be the biggest class ever taught in. Education was the industry where Jamf learnt the nuances of technology firsthand at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire many years ago. A strong educational framework, equitable access to resources, stellar educators, and best-in-class educational technology have helped shape who we can become as adults and leaders. iPad and Mac in education are devices that serve a purpose. And the purpose of these devices, thank you, back up being a teacher here. The purpose of these devices is to teach and learn. At Jamf, we have a passion for empowering student success with Apple technology and the ecosystem that surrounds that student. We have consistently innovated to bring identity capabilities with Jamf Connect and security workflows with Jamf Protect to round out our education solution. We've also created specific apps for teachers, parents, and students to help achieve learning and ensure confidence among these key education players. We also recently launched Jamf Safe Internet, our content filtering and mobile threat prevention tool available on Apple, Chromebook, and Windows devices to ensure that students have safe and reliable access to their online resources. But we're not done there. Let's take a look at some of the new and exciting tools that we're bringing to help complement that education solution. First up on deck, on-device content filtering for Jamf Safe Internet. At Jamf, we will always be Apple first and Apple best. And by adopting Apple's network filtering framework, we're able to add additional protection for schools and districts by enforcing on-device protection directly for the devices. On-device content filtering helps bolster that existing security by strengthening those web filters and stopping both inbound threats and unsafe outbound activity while still preserving the privacy of students. These features will help you stay safe in your environment. Now, you may be wondering, don't existing content filtering solutions already do this? Well, yes and no. Traditional content filtering solutions are a great place to start. But by adding on-device content filtering, we're adding additional layers of protection whilst also providing privacy protections. These protections are guards against phishing, social engineering, and identity theft, whilst also limiting the ability to bypass domain-based rules by using IP addresses rather than URLs to block content. On-device content filtering is part of Jamf Safe Internet and is available on supervised devices running iPad OS 16 and later. When you log into Jamf Safe Internet, you will have access to the on-device content filtering automatically as part of the configuration profile. And we're looking to bring macOS support later this year. Now, staying with security and high compliance, the need to protect our education institutions has never been greater. The rise in ransomware and cyber threats has increased dramatically over the last few years. Protecting staff and student data is critical, which is why Jamf is leaning into its high compliance mindset to bring state ramp instances to Jamf School and Jamf Pro to our US-based customers looking for that state ramp solution. State Ramp, for those of you who aren't aware, is a not-for-profit organization whose mission is to promote cyber awareness through education and policy development to improve the cyber posture of public institutions and the citizens they serve. Now, although StateRAMP is a US-based initiative, the impact for our global customers is clear as we look to bring that high compliance mindset to ensure the safety of our users. If you're interested in taking on a StateRAMP instance, we have all the necessary information you'll need to help with that migration. And best of all, there is no need to re-enroll your devices. Next up, usability improvements. You saw earlier the usability and interface enhancements that Veronica showcased as part of Jamf Pro. Well, we are equally excited to bring usability enhancements to the already stellar experience of Jamf School. Consistency across the UI is essential for our IT admins to maintain contact with that ease of use that we know you love with Jamf School. But the usability enhancements don't end there. We are proud to serve a large community of educators with our education solutions. And we know that Jamf Teacher is a tool that they love to use daily to help them transform teaching and learning. Well, we're bringing some UI enhancements to the Jamf Teacher app, including the ability to maintain contact with the restrictions that you've set at all times. Educators will be able to see the restrictions and the time left on those restrictions, meaning they can see exactly what their students can and cannot do on their devices, and the added ability to be able to add or remove additional apps or restrictions without the need to reset the system. This is a small change to the technology that will have a huge impact in the classroom. Oh, and one more thing. We are bringing the most requested feature to Jamf School, app installers. We are bringing the functionality from Jamf Pro to Jamf School, enhancing that Mac management experience in the solution designed specifically for education. And app installers is available today. We cannot wait to see what you're going to do with these enhancements. But simply evolving our education offering to align with our trusted access model would be nothing without our Jamf Nation benefiting from and putting these things into practice. I'd like to welcome Alvin Bridges from Mesa Community College to the stage to share with us some of the amazing things he's doing with his staff and students. Hey, Alvin, great to have you with us.
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Very good. Okay, why don't you tell the guys a little bit about yourself and Mesa Community College?
Mesa Community College is the member of Maricopa County Community College District. We are the largest non-statewide local community college district in the nation, 6th largest district overall. We are 10 sister colleges, 100,000 students. I'm the interim CIO. Mesa services 15,000 students annually, 48% of those students being first-generation college students.
Wow, okay, so tell us a little bit about your I Belong program that you've got going at Mesa.
I Belong was brought together because of COVID. COVID presented a digital equity gap with our students. The I Belong program was created to help close that gap. What we found is that our students were doing homework on their cell phones because they didn't have access to a device. There was educational outcomes for the program as well. The statistics, which should be on the screen here in a second, will show you the 4,000 students that were surveyed from our program. The students like studying with the iPad and the Apple Pencil as a learning tool.
Wow, that's fantastic. So tell us a little bit more about these successes for your students that they've had.
The successes are monumental. 48% of our students, which are first-generation college students, they're succeeding in their classes. They're wanting to come back to school. There was a story from one of our students that he decided when his class first started that he wasn't going to finish. After the I Belong program was initiated and he got his iPad, he finished his semester and realized that not only could he do college, but he could complete college. That student is now in their 3rd semester at Mesa Community College.
Absolutely. I love hearing stories of success where the technology has made a difference to individuals. Tell us a little bit about your decision to move to Jamf Safe Internet for your protection of those individuals as well.
Well, like all Jamf solutions, Jamf Safe Internet is just easy. We got an executive order from our governor to block a certain social media platform across all devices. Because of Jamf Safe Internet, we were up and compliant in 4 hours.
Wow, 4 hours, that is such a quick turnaround and necessary, right?
Necessary.
Okay, final question then. What does the future look like for Mesa Community College?
Future, we're going to expand the I Belong program to 8,000 students. We're going to work tirelessly to close the digital equity gap at scale. We're going to focus on improving our educational outcomes with Apple and Jamf as dedicated partners in that effort.
That's amazing. I, for one, am so excited to look forward to this continuing journey and look forward to hearing from you at future JNUCs, I hope. Alvin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So there's some incredible work being done by Alvin and his team to both empower the faculty and the students, but also keeping those learners on track, helping those young minds also stay protected. Next up, I'd like to welcome Morgan Cave to the stage. Morgan works at Richardson ISD, just up the road here in Texas. And Morgan has been a big proponent of using education tools from Jamf to both empower the learners in the classroom, but also make a huge difference to their futures.
I'm Morgan Cave, Director of Instructional Technology in Richardson ISD. We serve 38,000 students across 55 campuses in grades pre-K through 12. We use Jamf Pro to manage about 30,000 mobile devices and 5,000 Macs. This is my 19th year in public education, and what brought me to instructional technology and my current role was my own experience as a classroom teacher. In 2005, I landed my first teaching job at a math, science, technology elementary school. What I wanted most was for my students to love the experience of learning, and I quickly saw that technology enabled that. My classroom was completely transformed in 2013 when my campus went one-to-one with iPad devices. I saw how iPad created pathways for my first graders who were emerging readers, writers, and language learners. And then I moved to 5th grade, and I saw how leveraging the creative capabilities of iPad, a love for learning was reignited in my students, a voice was provided for all, and through accessibility features, scaffolds built confidence in my students. And this was all pre-MDM, when my lesson prep meant touching 85 iPads after school to get ready for the next day. In 2017, I heard that my district had plans to go one-to-one, including 41 elementaries with iPads, and I had to be a part of that. So I joined instructional technology as a specialist. With my experience as a classroom teacher, I understood the value of Jamf Pro and be able to provide our teachers and students with the tools they need when they need them so they can stay focused on what matters most, teaching and learning. This is truly a success story of and for us. Working together with our engineer, we're able to understand the instructional implications of every configuration and profile and restriction, and all of the possibilities to customize and personalize for our users' needs. And sometimes that even means rethinking how and when we roll out new devices. Last year, we realized that our students needed access to newer generation iPads and features. We didn't want to wait for a new school year. With Jamf, we were able to refresh all 20,000 of our elementary student iPads in January of 2023. The ability to customize enrollment configuration allowed us to build a simple setup process that resulted in little to no loss of instructional time. Our students signed into the new device, signed back into their managed Apple IDs, and picked right up where they left off. We turned over entire campuses in one day, and in many times, just a few hours. It's an exciting time to be a leader in Richardson ISD. In the last year, we have rolled out a graduate profile, a learning innovation framework, and now a new board goal that every student, teacher, and leader will meet or exceed their academic growth goals. Our devices are the ultimate vehicle for this work, as our teachers work to reimagine what learning looks like in their classrooms. Our students are challenged to think critically and use technology to solve problems as they flex their creativity to show and apply their learning and demonstrate mastery. Our students are curating evidence of individual growth into portfolios. This is uncharted territory for a lot of our teachers, and we provide a lot of professional learning. And we also enable them with tools like Jamf Teacher. Jamf Teacher enables our teachers to design the kinds of engaging learning experiences that align with our district initiatives and create those meaningful experiences for our students. I first learned about Jamf Teacher right here at JNUC in 2022. And as soon as I got back to Richardson, we started testing. We started with 2 classrooms. That became 3 buildings, and now all 41 elementary campuses are using Jamf Teacher. Since bringing in Jamf Teacher, our teachers feel confident and empowered that they have the tools they need to stay focused, again, on what matters most, teaching and learning. We have so many new and exciting things happening, and while we can't predict the future, we can provide our students with the tools they need to become lifelong learners and leaders. Thank you for letting me share our story. Let's welcome back Sam.
Thank you, Morgan. You know, I'm starting to notice a theme here. People are seeing things one year at JNUC, coming back the following year and presenting on stage. So I don't know, Morgan, recipe to success here?
I love it.
All right. Well, it warms my heart to see all of the great work that our teachers and our IT staff are doing to shape the future of education technology, and in turn, shaping the future of our workforce and all those young minds. Thank you so much. Give it up for Morgan one more time, everyone. Speaking of the future, we've got just one more thing for you here before we wrap. And you can't go very far in talking about the future at all without coming across the most common 2 letters in tech right now. Yep, AI. Now, newsflash, everyone, artificial intelligence, it's not going anywhere. And every organization who wants to be on the cutting edge has to at least think about how it impacts their environment. Jamf is right there with you there. So at this time, I'd like to invite Akash Kamath to the stage to talk about Jamf AI.
Thank you, Sam. Good morning, Jamf Nation. Great to see all of you here this week. AI has indeed become a buzzword in the tech industry today. We've all heard the prophecies ranging from AI saving us all to AI taking over the world. Let's pause for a moment and cast our minds back 50 years ago, when computers were just these big enigmatic machines confined to labs operated by a few lab-coated elite. Then, in 1984, the heavens split open and down came the Apple Macintosh. It was more than a computer. It was a bicycle for your mind. It was an invitation to dream. Much like the Mac shattered the boundaries between humans and computing, generative AI is making artificial intelligence personal. It is taking it out of the hands of the few and putting it into the hands of the many. And it is not in some far-off theoretical future. It is here now, shaping our worlds in ways that we are just beginning to grasp. It is impossible to ignore the seismic shifts AI is causing across industries. A recent McKinsey report predicts that by 2030, a third of the work hours would have been automated by generative AI. Now, that is a game changer. But let's not forget the cautionary examples like ChatGPT's hallucinations, which can lead to misinformation. This is particularly alarming for us at Jamf, where we believe that trusted access is not just a tagline, it is our commitment. So how do we harness these unprecedented capabilities of AI without compromising the trust that you place in us? Now, that's the question that led to the creation of the Jamf Collaboratory, a cross-functional internal team of visionaries, tinkerers, and problem solvers who aren't just dabbling in algorithms. They are pioneering a new era of intelligent solutions meticulously crafted to enhance Apple device management and security. Now, we understand that AI's promise cannot be fulfilled in a vacuum. It requires a collaborative effort. This means not just brainstorming within our four walls. It means we have to open channels with you, our invaluable customers. We are inviting your input to make sure we are not just meeting, but exceeding your expectations. We are taking the time to get it right, because we believe that this is an accelerant that is going to propel us towards our vision of trusted access. I'm thrilled to give you a sneak peek of what we are actively developing. One of our cornerstone projects is a specialized model that marries the capabilities of a state-of-the-art large language model with the proprietary data from Jamf documentation and the insights gleaned from Jamf Nation user forums. This is a model that is intentionally shaped to grasp the complexities of Apple management and security, and it will serve as a foundation for a series of our future innovations. Let me give you a taste. Now, we take great pride in our documentation's accuracy and its utility, but let's be honest. Life as a Jamf admin can sometimes feel like an endless parade of unique challenges and complex edge cases. Take this example. Say you want to schedule a policy to run at a specific time of day. Is this in our standard documentation? Now, when we posed this question to ChatGPT, it fabricated a schedule tab, something that doesn't exist. Yep. Now, let's consult Jamf's AI-powered insights. It presents two viable solutions, one utilizing client-side limitations in policy configuration. And if that doesn't suffice, it offers a step-by-step guide to create a launch agent for timely policy execution. Let's take another example. Maybe you are looking to query a SQL database for each endpoint during inventory updates. Our model will provide a hands-on tutorial for crafting the necessary extension attribute. In both cases, it cites sources. We are encouraged by the early results from AI-powered insights, but as always, there is room for improvement. That's why we are inviting you to visit the Jamf station in the Expo Center this week to test it out yourself. Your insights will be key for us to refine its capabilities further. But our aspirations don't end here. The ultimate goal of AI in Jamf products is to function as a silent partner who can amplify your effectiveness. Let me show you a quick preview of something our team has been working on in the area of threat research. In today's landscape, organizations are under constant pressure to maximize efficiency, often expecting IT professionals to wear multiple hats. One significant shift that we have noticed is the expectation for IT staff to manage cybersecurity tasks. This is in addition to their day-to-day responsibilities. Now, this can be a tall order. Apple security, in particular, is a nuanced discipline. Even mature information security teams often lack the expertise or the bandwidth to keep up to date. Now, this is where cutting-edge products like Jamf Protect come to the rescue. But even with top-tier tools at your disposal, the challenge remains. You're often deluged with security alerts and vulnerabilities that you may not be fully equipped to navigate. In a world where one missed alert could spell catastrophe for your organization, What you need is both efficiency and precision. Let's consider two scenarios to drive this point home. In the first, an employee is duped into running a counterfeit version of Google Chrome that has been designed to harvest login credentials. In the second, a coworker pranks another by directing them to execute a harmless command in their terminal. Now, here's the paradox. If you're using Jamf Protect, both of these scenarios will trigger alerts that look nearly identical. Distinguishing between them demands expertise and time, luxuries most of us don't have. We are experimenting with the hypothesis function with Jamf Protect. It leverages the collective insights from Jamf Threat Labs and the capabilities of artificial intelligence to instantaneously analyze an event and its associated telemetry data. You'll receive a comprehensive three-dimensional view of the situation at hand. What's more, it offers explanation and the evidence it used in its analysis, along with tailored suggestions for further investigation and remediation if needed. In essence, this function acts like an additional member of your security team, adeptly helping you separate the critical from the benign. It empowers you to act swiftly and confidently, arming you with targeted insights for smarter, safer decision-making. Now, this is just a preview. Later this week, be sure to check out the in-depth session on generative AI at Jamf by Matt Benio and David Price-Thompson right here at JNUC, where they will discuss the vision and the thinking that has gone into the development of these features. I want you all to remember that the innovations we've discussed here today are not just products on a roadmap. They're solutions crafted to empower you, our invaluable community of Jamf Nation. Your roles in IT, administration, and security are rapidly evolving, and we are committed to evolving right alongside you. Intelligence-backed management, endpoint security, and a more streamlined workflow are not just catchphrases. They are our collective future. We invite you to be a part of this journey by sharing your insights, your aspirations, and your challenges. Let's continue to push the boundaries of what's possible together. Thanks. With that, let me welcome Sam back to stage.
Thank you, Akash. It is a brave new world indeed. The future is bright. I don't know, do you think AI, you never answered the question, is AI going to save us or be the end of time, I think, the way you phrased it?
I'm going to be in the save us all camp, but only if you're smart about it.
I like it. I like it. All right, thanks, Akash. Appreciate it. Now, before we fully wrap, I just want to do a quick plug for a session that's going on tomorrow. It's going to be groundbreaking. We've spoke a lot today about the experience of using Apple devices. But we also realize that people, especially in today's environment, they also need to balance cost. So tomorrow, please check out, there's a session at 2:30 p.m. It's called Max in the Enterprise, a CIO's Perspective by the Numbers. Fletcher Previn, many JNUCs ago, addressed an audience much like this. At that time, he was working for IBM, and he asked a fundamental question: when did it become okay to live like the Jetsons at home and the Flintstones at work? Which is another way of saying, why can we use Apple devices at home, but we have to use other hardware when we go to work? Well, Fletcher's back, baby, and now he's the CIO over at Cisco. He's got more compelling data than ever to justify the cost of Apple devices. And guess what? It's going to be great, but we're getting in the rhythm of this. It's not just IBM and Cisco. We also have helped HSBC and SAP, enterprise juggernauts, prove out that Apple can not only create a better experience, but also help balance the budget as well. Folks, there's really no reason not to have an employee Apple Choice program. All right, that's it for me. It has been wonderful, Jamf Nation. I'm going to pass it back to John to bring us all the way home and for the final word, but thank you so much.
Thanks, Sam. Good job, man. Appreciate it. What a way to kick off JNUC 2023. We hope you all leave here feeling the power of and. Our goal is to serve as a fulcrum, helping IT and InfoSec teams better work together so they can leverage the power of the Jamf workflows that combine management and security. We work with you and your existing infrastructure to help expand your environment, whether that includes Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Okta, or many of the other integrations that we have available. Simply said, trusted access is a desired outcome you achieve when you manage and secure your Mac and your mobile devices with Jamf, regardless if it's deployed to a person and for a purpose. Now, I'd like to thank all of our presenters and our sponsors that made the keynote and JNUC a one to remember. And a special thanks to our premier sponsors, AWS and Insight. Much appreciated. Now, before you go and enjoy the rest of the conference, I'd like to remind everyone, please do sign up for the Trusted Access session to help understand how to leverage the powerful Jamf platform that we demonstrated here today. And also be sure to check out Fletcher Previn's Mac TCO session tomorrow, 2:30. It's a can't miss. I'm going to be there as well. And lastly, it'd be remiss not to mention that we have locked in the site for JNUC 2024. And I look forward to doing this all over again with all of you next year in Nashville, Tennessee. Take care, Jamf Nation. I look forward to connecting with you this week.